This is Zhang presenting his Unit 7 project. This is my project. It is a status scroll. It is essentially a pull-down screen divider that is designed for open offices to create temporary privacy for employees, while also giving an indication of their current status, whether they're available, approachable, or do not disturb. Beginning with my research, I kind of looked a bit more into the future of work, different types of offices, and also predictions of what the future of the office is going to look like. I've also looked at different areas that is affecting people's productivity in working, whether in their environments, in lighting, or also in over stimulus. I've looked at I've personally done a survey of about 20 people working in various countries in China, of various companies in China, where they gave me information upon their ideas of their current offices and also what they liked about it, what they wanted to improve about it, and I've also visited them quite a bit of them myself, and also have some people send me pictures of their home workstations just to have a broader range of a primary research in this field. I've also looked at a bit more into color psychology and how interfaces approach to biophilic design. And my main research insight is that in the future, most of offices is going to be using the unassigned seating system, which is the hot desk system. There's many advantages to it, and the two main disadvantages that I'm going to talk about is the lack of personalized space and privacy. The lack of personalized space is because there's no personal desks anymore where people is unassigned, and which is going to lead to a decrease in productivity. Whereas privacy, which is that these offices are often more open, they're often more in larger exposed areas where employees is going to feel that there are way too exposed, and also there's no personal space because of the way that these offices are designed, that you kind of lack the private working space environment that maybe current offices do implement. This is going to lead to my initial ideation stage, where the question that I've raised for myself is how can design enhance employees' sense of privacy and personalization in modern open desk offices? So the idea that I took forward from the ideation session is a combination of idea two and idea three. As ideation two is a personalized split screen, which is about personalization section, and also the ideation three is a mood indicator of the status of the employee, which is for privacy reasons. So from the development of the chosen ideas, I first look at different forms of screen dividers, and I tried to make them more modular so that it can be assigned to each person, and that can also be used for determining their status. For example, maybe putting a light or like a light bulb on it, which is going to show their indication by lighting. And these are some sketch models for it. And from feedback, I kind of moved away from the physical barrier, screen barrier idea, and I kind of turned it into more of a pull down device so that the eyesight level, like the seating eyesight level of the office, is not going to be completely blocked, which is going to first make the space feel a lot bigger while also retaining the idea where the regions of the offices is still being split so that like it's not a very much of an open space, but still you have the advantages of open space offices. And I've also moved away from showing the status by lighting, which was a feedback from one of my peers saying that having bright colors such as like green and red as indication lighting on the ceiling or near the ceiling could potentially be destructive, sorry, could be a distraction for others because of having like bright colors that is like quite visible from afar. So I kind of have moved away from that into looking at how motion is going to can achieve the same effect. And here are some more ideation iterations where I've tried the idea where the different heights of the vertical screens is going to reflect on the status of the person who's working behind it. And I've looked a bit more into mechanisms of existing vertical blinds and see if I can implement them. I've also looked at ceiling systems, which I want my product to build upon existing systems rather than requiring like a full installation of the ceiling systems just to be more consider just to be sustainable. And there's some additional research done into how the minimum height that my product needs to be for the lower 5 percentile people to reach in terms of to reach my product, just so that the product is going to be as usable for like as many people as possible. And this is the final design mechanism that I decided to use, final model and some details, and this is the final design, the final storyboard, and also more final models. And this is the render, which kind of shows how you can see the spaces are divided into each tables, and also how there's like a more private walkway that's created within the middle, so that the walk movements doesn't affect people working as much as it was before. And you can see how the person who's working is kind of blurred out, just so that everyone else can kind of acknowledge that they're working. And these are some next steps that I am going to be taking if there's more time on this project. And that is it. Thank you.